no sound.
Oops.
When you go on the file and go sound configuration, what should it say? It's saying open some of.
Depends on what audio devices you have present.
It depends on your machine, what your audio system is in your machine. Select the one.
Yeah.
Preferably the
To be
one that
honest,
your
I'm
speakers are
fairly-
hooked up to.
Played with it this week. I've been doing other things, so I haven't been playing music or anything. Although I've been listening to videos, so they worked. No, I just treated myself to a new monitor.
Well done.
Good job. Cool.
Yeah, so, well, I got rid of it. I had 3 screens, you see, so I got rid of 2 of them, and got these big curved things.
I like them big curved things.
The trouble is I got no bloody sound now, and I don't see why that should have any effect on it.
I've got a new joystick, so no more clunky noises.
Yay!
No, I just use swearing at it over comms trying to remember the buttons.
More like me trying to take off the P-51. That's why I'm on the grass, it's the only way I can get it in the air.
What happens if you try to use a runway?
Sideways, about 50 knots. Very embarrassing.
I think they all do that when you get up to a certain speed, the torque kicks in.
Trick is to get the tail off the ground pretty quick and then get the airflow over it.
I dare say with the new stick, I've noticed a big improvement in control handling, obviously. So a bit more practice, I'll get there.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock, you guys. Who's not ready for a brief?
I'm alright.
Here we go. Weather is core high pressure. Time is noon. Initially, target altitude is going to be 3,500 feet. Target speed is going to be 240 knots. We're going to be following the coast. Actually, I think I'm going to let it go ahead and follow the waypoints and see what happens. So, I think it'd be pretty close to going right along the coast anyway, and keeps us on target better. Anybody not ready to go?
Just a second. Right, so it's 240 knots, yeah?
240 knots at 3,005, sir.
Okay.
Here we go.
Something going down the runway which is just a bucket in the propeller.
Yeah.
Whoever's following the Mosquito needs to refresh the liveries, I think.
What? I'll change the livery when I'm in the air.
Have you just gone sideways off the runway?
Wheel ease up.
Turning on heading for our first waypoint, which is GIS-IM. Golf India Sierra India Mike.
And there we go, we're just off the ground, and that's my first disturbance.
What happened?
lovely at reception.
Oh, jeez.
Sick. Following the waypoints, are you?
Yes, sir. First destination heading is 241 degrees. Leveling at 3,500 feet.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Turn on, for a waypoint.
There we go.
Why is my waypoint different from yours?
Don't know. GPS FMS 211. Next destination, Sierra Oscar Mike Echo Lima. SOMEL. Ooh, this scenery looks good, Ollie.
Yeah, I even forgot to load it myself. And I forgot to fly the route, so I did doing it last minute today. I thought this looks a bit weird, and then I thought, oh shit, I hadn't even installed it myself. I had a weird one when I was uploading the scenery to Google Drive. It said somebody logged me out, and it come up with a computer name, so I had to change all my passwords and stuff. She's a bit worrying.
That's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, because it flashed up, you know, when it's, you know, it says the device name and stuff. It's not one of my devices I have.
What's happened to you, Voodoo?
Say that?
You got? Oh, you disappeared then. Oh, you're back there again.
I changed my lag settings to correspond with y'all, all y'all.
And here's another disturbance. I've got to go again. Fuck's sake.
Hang down, brother.
So I've been trying to get familiar again with AC3D. bit weird. I've done a lot in the past of 2D CAD, and it's just weird where you don't draw stuff real sizes and move it. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
I don't know. I usually don't 3D model in it. So.
Well, I'm working on trying to have a go at doing a JP Jet Provost, and I've got some reasonable models, and they're all, the guys is not bothered about it being used by us. But when I've got it into AC3D, there's one or two problems. The front wheel's not in the right altitude. It's pointing sideways, and some of the controls are all flip-flop. So I'm just trying to get them in the right place. There's some air brakes and they're totally out of place, and the canopy was over the nose.
Did you convert the model at all?
Well, it was a Flight Sim FSX model.
Yeah, sometimes when you convert those to a .AC or whatever, it really
yeah, well, I do
like
it to the one that loads into Blender, then convert it in Blender to AC3D.
That's going to make it. Try converting it to a .obj and then opening it in AC3D and then convert it to.
Alright, well, I've tried it that way around. Anyway, I had a couple of hours yesterday and I got a bit more head round it. Can you move stuff incrementally, not to
Sure.
actual... Because I'm trying to get this wheel in the right place, and I could only sort of really move it to coordinates in the model space. You know, what I wanted to do is say move it 100 millimeters, and it didn't seem to be, I couldn't find a way of doing it.
Should be a move button there, and you can set the increment.
Yeah, well, it must be set to coordinates and not movements. And what are the units? Because they seem a bit big.
Meters.
Yeah. When you're doing your models, where do you set the origin? So when it's in flight gear, it's actually sat on the ground properly.
Pass.
You know, you've got like an XY grid system.
Right. You can
When you're
center
looking
it
at
on
it
the
side
grid.
on.
You can center it on the grid. I mean, that all depends on where you set your FDM points. How it sits on the ground.
Well, I managed to lower it down, but it was floating in the air to start with.
What FDM are you using? What is? I
What's
mean, you
an
can
FDM?
change where the model is, but it's easy. You know, usually I get a model in it and then find an FDM that I'm going to modify and then adjust it so that it's correct there, and then fix it with you know, change the angle and where all the points are in the flight dynamic model.
Right, is that the thing what's got begins with, it's got Y in it, what is it? It's in the root directory, it's in the SEP file, it's the other one.
Right, it's the YA sim or...
Yeah, yeah. I haven't really started playing with that. Well, Alex sent me his sort of temporary directory, which is just like a copy of the Vampire. So I'm just sort of plugging away at that just to see if I can learn how to do some of this.
It can be fun or not. It depends on how much frustration you can stand.
Well, the model I've got is a bit more elaborate than the original Alpha Sim model. So it's a bit more, got more detail on it.
And what aircraft is it?
It's a jet provost.
If you
You
can
know, the
find
trainer
it,
which the RF used up to the 1980s.
the way I always start if I'm going to develop an aircraft is to find an aircraft relatively the same size and of the same type of performance, relatively speaking. Take that and import my new model into that just to get the thing just to get it going. Change all the names, of course,
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing.
and then refine it from there, fix it.
Yeah, well,
Instead of writing everything from scratch, which is a giant pain in the ass.
yeah, well, I think Alex started with a Vampire, which is the same vintage, because I think in the early days, in the 60s, that was the next stage up from the Jet Provost. That was like the advanced trainer, and the Jet JP was the basic. But I found there's one what's very similar is the, I call it the Tweety Pie, the Cessna T37, which is a similar idea, two instructor and pilot sat side by side, low down on the ground. But that ain't one of ours, that's one of the standard flight gear ones, so half the stuff might not be as good as what you lot use.
I'm back again.
Welcome back, sir. Still where you were when you left. You're right there with me.
There's a warship blocking the river.
A washed out what?
A warship.
Oh, I see it. We're just passing right over it. Sideways, as it were.
Well spotted.
Drunk fucking French captain.
And you guys tried the Halifax sound fix that I posted. Works
I don't
on
know
my
what it
island.
sounded like before. It sounds okay now. I don't know what it sounded like before, so.
There was no sound. A little bit externally. Couldn't get any sound internally.
Can't remember.
But you were right about the Project Birdsong. Total failure. So I give up on that one, Stuart.
Just birdsong. No birdsong. Kill the fucking birds.
You think somebody put the ship across the river to sort of like in the Second World War when it was probably being blocked by the Germans?
My flight gear just died.
What? There's a turn, folks. Next destination. New heading, 244 degrees. Maintain 3,500 feet. 240 knots, please.
Nearest ICAO.
Would be our next destination with his EBOS. Echo Bravo Oscar Sierra. Which I have is 5 minutes for us.
Oh, fuck's sake.
What's going on?
Spawned and it fell over on its side and died.
You spawn on top of another aircraft that's so thoughtfully put there.
Didn't hang around long enough to look.
Damn it.
A nice option would be to restart it where you crashed out. You know, so if you were flying, restart where you were last at. That'd be useful.
Picking up some turbulence.
Are you still there, Stuart?
Yeah, I'm trying to get off the ground.
I was having a look at the Flight Gear forum on Monday, and there's a thing on about why fancy modern control sticks, you can't, it's limited on how many buttons and stuff. And there's an article how to work around it, which might allow me to have my second POV, and I've got enough buttons, they're all working, and the second throttle on my Puma sticks. What would you use two POVs for? That's the problem. Can't think of what to use the second one for.
You use one to trim the aircraft, trim up, trim down, trim left, trim right.
Yeah, well, I've already got that programmed on the collective.
But you can use it for viewpoints as well. Look left and right, look up, look down.
Yeah, well, I've got that one on the first PVO. So I just wanted something to think of to try and put the code in. So what you do is you create there's a routine what you run in a command window, and it lists all the USB controllers, keyboards, mice, whatever you've got plugged in, and it tells you all these hexadecimal values and what the thing's called and stuff at a low level, and you copy and paste all that into a file called an HID file, and you put that in a new folder where your joysticks are called HIDs, and then once you've got that header information in, I think the additional command controls you put in below, so you end up with two configuration files, one for the standard buttons and stuff, and then the second one for the extras, you know, the ones beyond what Flight Gear doesn't normally recognise.
Watch me for the turn. There it is. New heading 150 GPS FMS. Please maintain 3,500 feet, 240 knots. Thank you.
So I'm using your Puma code, what you sent me.
Right.
Do you have 2 working throttles?
No, I've only got a single.
Alright, well, the
My
second...
single works all 3 engines and 3 engine helicopters. So.
Yeah, well, my sticks have got the double throttles, but the second throttle doesn't do anything, and I don't know if it's in excess of that control limits or whether it's...
Probably is. It might be. More than likely the problem.
Yeah. Well, that's the idea, I think. If I put that code into this HID file and you renumber the numbering system, you know, in joysticks files, it's one below, isn't it? It's 0, 1, 2, 3. I think in these HIDs it becomes 1, 2, 3, you know, to get the right corresponding function. But I haven't had time to play with that. Things. But it might be just a thing for the future if anybody else has got fancy controllers.
I read that article. I've got a POV hat on the stick, and believe it or not, there's 4 on the throttle. I don't know what I'm going to do with them all.
Yeah, well, that's what. Well, there's a difference. There's proper POVs which go all. They're somewhat like buttons. They look like a POV, but they're just buttons. You know, 4 buttons in effect. And then there's other ones which you can use for views, which are treated differently in Windows. So you set them up as axes.
Right.
I'm in the tiffy this time.
How's that working for you, bud? Looks
Well,
good.
there you got it. But it's got working guns. So he's pissed off when they shoot somebody.
So is there any sort of inspiration for the flight tonight, Voodoo? Any sort of historical thing, or is it just a nice trip?
Well, our midpoint destination is where the treaty was signed. One of them. Apparently there are a number of capitulations of the Germans. The Russians wanted their own someplace else.
Yeah, well, a lot of the German generals were surrendering, trying to do special deals for themselves and stuff. And
Well, they were trying to keep from being captured by the frickin' Russians. That was like the kiss of death. It's like, surrender to the Americans quick before the Russians get us.
yeah,
I noticed. Carry on.
I know several of the Luftwaffe, what do they call them, the flights, the groups that were flying and stuff like that, burnt their aircraft and then tried to get to the American lines to keep from being captured by the Russians. They didn't. Patton apparently they surrendered to Patton and he turned them over to the Russians. Which,
yeah. Well,
political.
most of the ones who got surrendered to the Russians ended up in gulags, didn't they, until about 1955 if they survived.
I know Eric Hartmann, top ace for the Luftwaffe, ended up in prison camp for years.
Thing I thought was disgraceful was at the first parade, the Poles weren't allowed to take part. That was definitely political.
They did what?
Yeah, well, they were shot on
They
from a
went-
great height.
Like
A
the
lot
guy
of the
from,
Polish generals, like him at Market Garden, who was played by Gene Hackman and stuff, after the Second World War, they couldn't go home because it was Russian occupied or would have been shot. And a lot of them ended up working in factories or being waiters in restaurants. And one of the generals was a waiter in one of the London restaurants. And every now and again people recognised who he was and stood up and saluted him. And he was a bloody general.
Oh God.
you know, when you think we went to war basically because of the invasion of Poland, yet they couldn't take part in the march past, took nothing more to do with them.
Oh, didn't you hear? The Russians are now blaming World War One and World War Two on the British
How does that come out?
because we are guilty. We instigated the whole thing and egged it on, apparently.
Yeah, we pushed the world towards them.
Also on BBC News, see that in America it's going to be called Victory Day, not Victory in Europe Day.
Well, of course.
That was Tango Man's decision. Strangely enough.
Well, he won't have time to go. He's going to beat Pope. He's put a fin up, hasn't he? An AI fin where he's dressed up as the Pope.
There's the turn, new heading,
Yeah, I saw that.
1908.
I thought that was clickbait. I didn't think it was real at first.
He put it up.
Yeah, I bet you thought Gulf of America was a joke as well.
Oh man. More like a bad dream.
Territorial wise and on the sea type borders, if you work it all out, Mexico actually owns more of the Gulf of America than America.
Of course. I haven't seen anywhere that's really changed the name of it, so
Google has.
have they really?
Yes, they have. They have updated the search engines stuff. It's all Gulf of America now. I don't know about Microsoft.
Oh shit, game crash.
Oh shit, any luck?
Fuck.
Follow the Typhoon.
Next waypoint, please.
Yeah, my Typhoon's an autopilot. It's heading in the right way. So
Follow-
follow me.
Follow Stu's
Well,
Tivy.
We're heading towards Lima, Foxtrot, Quebec.
Thank you, sir. Spawning at LFQQ. Hope to be back with you.
How many football stadiums do they need here? They're everywhere. Airport coming up. here, south. Yeah, maybe I can't see what it is. Making a turn, new GPS, FMS is 173, 173, 173.
Thank you, sir.
That guy Scott's come through with tons of stuff for the jet Proverse thing. The amount of stuff he has. He's got all them RAF manuals and stuff. Yeah, we're approaching a First World War place, Canberra and Arras.
Back in that formation,
Getting close.
getting closer. Way back there.
Coming up.
Andy's back.
next waypoint, turning to 175 degrees.
Why have I not turned? $175.
I got 174 now, sir.
Well, maybe just carry straight through.
Well, maybe I'm on the wrong thing. I've tried to reset everything. Stand by.
I'm setting at 175. Next
Yeah, on
test.
my route file it's 175.
Next destination is LFSR or LFYT. I'm sorry.
YT is what I've got.
Need to advance your route manager maybe.
No, it's locked on LFYT.
That's what mine's locked on. Usually we're running out of orthos.
What do Microsoft plane makers use nowadays to create aircraft?
Lots more complicated stuff than what we do.
I was wondering if they were still using stuff like the old, was it Air Factory or something?
No idea.
Because they seem to be, they used to churn out models after models. It must have been fairly easy to do back in the day.
Yeah, we churn that model after model and pretty much none of them is any good. They look good, but they don't fly good. Yeah, that's me running out of ortho. Does anyone else have that? No?
Mine are fine.
Oh, I'm out running out of orthos.
No, mine are okay. Of course, I've flown around quite a bit, so.
Very well. That wouldn't make any difference unless you were gathering orthos.
It's only really pylons and roads into its gathering.
Yes, and there we go, my computer's just died again.
Shit.
It's Warbirds. Something about Warbirds it does not like.
Use it as an excuse to buy yourself a new machine.
No.
No.
Alright, one last try. What's the next ICAO?
Next code.
3 minutes out from LFYT.
What?
3 minutes away from Lima Foxtrot Yankee Tango. There's no way at Warbirds, they're all yours, Voodoo.
No way to do what?
There's no weird warplanes, they're all your models.
What does that mean?
Well, Joe was saying he thinks it because it's a Warbird flight, it's crashing his system. But it's not. They're all modern York planes, aren't they? So
That doesn't mean that's not it. Stuart and I both had the same issue that I encountered a couple of times flying Warbirds, which is where all the clouds go square and then the scenery goes away and you end up screwed. But we're the only two that have ever had that problem, so I suspected it is something to do in one of the aircraft, but I don't know where to even begin looking for that.
Well, the oldest aircraft is the Tiffy, isn't it? All the other ones are yours.
This is a GSB from the rest of the yachts now. But it doesn't matter, because the last time we flew Warbirds for the Spitfires new out, I still had problems. There was no Tiffies there, it was just other stuff.
It's one of the air. Yeah, I know there's a graphics problem I suspect is being induced by one of my aircraft, but I don't know how to. I have no idea how to isolate that, because it only seems to occur when there's a shitload of airplanes there.
Well, it ain't even that tonight, is there? There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us.
Well, I'm not having that graphics problem this evening, so.
Well, my only indication was the fact that orthos were stopped. Now they're back.
Well, the only thing different with you two is you're running external programs to record videos and stuff.
I have long suspected that makes problems.
But it does run video card harder because it's got 2 lots of display to process.
There's a turn. New GPS FMS is 128 degrees, maintaining 3,500 feet, 240 knots, please. Thank you.
Voodoo, have you noticed any differences in the shops in America? What's on the shelves?
No, not yet. I haven't noticed anything different. I noticed that my retirement portfolio lost $60,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah, well, it's all Biden's fault, isn't it? Remember?
Whatever. No, it's somebody saying there's tariffs. No, there's no tariffs. Now we're double the tariffs, which is being done specifically to manipulate the stock market to make billions for billionaires. Bastard. Never mind. Sorry. Didn't mean to get all pissed off.
Yes, you did.
It's like I've worked my life off to save enough money that I can get through my retirement, and now it's going down the drain. I can't help but believe it's not deliberate. I believe it's deliberate.
I think it's quite deliberate as well. It's, what happens is he does his tariffs, the stock market crashes, the share value crashes. His family buy up all the shares for cheap. Then suddenly he reverses his tariffs and the stock recovers.
Oh, the last, like he said, now is a good time to buy. I mean, told everybody on like one of his many social media things, now's a great time to buy, which actually it was. It's the only way to survive in this is to buy when shit's in the toilet, try to ride it back up again. But most people don't. Most people don't.
He gave the name of his company, John or whatever his company's called, which is like.
I saw a media thing where he was standing there telling his filthy rich friends how many millions of dollars they made off of that. I mean, come on, man. That's called insider trading. You can't do that. I mean,
I think it's just corruption.
I have to confess, that, not due to anything Mr. Trump said, but the fact of the matter is the market was bad enough that I bought more things like Microsoft and shit like that and made a lot of money. I didn't make enough to get back to where I was before he started his shenanigans, but I mean, you're going to risk money in the stock market. It shouldn't be being played by people with billions of dollars invested. It's not fair. People got their money in that for retirement and stuff, and I mean, kids' college funds and all kinds of stuff. It shouldn't be being played with by people who are already billionaires. Come on, man, that ain't fair.
Well, they need something to kill their time, don't they?
Well, it's not even legal, but, you know, what are you going to do about it?
Well, he can't get them inside trading because he just gives himself a pardon.
Well, while he's in office, he can do anything he likes, can't he? Because this Supreme Court said he can.
Pretty much. It's just whatever he does while he's president, he's not to be held legally accountable. How can that be?
Yeah, it's pretty sad what's going on. I listen to a podcast it's on Mondays, and it's normally people like ex-prime ministers and leaders of countries and senior politicians. And they had the guy on who was the top guy from America who was on the USAID, and he was listing all the things that's been cancelled and all the people it's got to kill and all the waste. There's shiploads of food, shiploads of medicines, shitloads of vehicles, people who used to be employed doing like vaccine and AIDS and malaria, polio, measles, all just been cancelled. And all they're going to do is turn to China or become terrorists.
In this part of the United States, it's all farmland. I mean, soybean crops where they're selling soybeans is the bread and butter of the economy in these systems. And the Chinese just said no more. We're getting it from Argentina and Brazil, which means they'll have to put more land into production. And if they do that, we're never going to get that market back. That's going to cost billions of dollars. We'll see how it all turns out. I don't get it, but he didn't ask me so.
Do you think he'll finish his term, or is he likely to get impeached, or?
Or shot in the head?
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, that'd be the simple solution, wouldn't it? They should have done that a long time ago.
Yeah, you've got J.D. Vance ready to step in.
His party controls a majority of the House and the Senate, which would have to impeach. There's no way they're going to impeach him. I think we're just going to have to tough it out.
I'll just sell up and move over here to Britain. You'll look after your voodoo.
Don't think I'm not considering that. The problem is now at this point in time, nobody wants immigrants from anywhere.
Yeah, well, we just had some local elections on Thursday, and a far-right party who's a big buddies with Mr. Trump, he's had the glory, you know, a lot of people elected. They're all Nazi sympathisers and...
Jesus.
I don't think they're all Nazi sympathisers.
Quite a few of them are. And Mr. Farage, he was, when he was at school, he used to go around singing certain songs about. I think he thinks he's just another Mosley. You see that on the news? There was an aircraft crash landed in a swamp, and there were 36 hours on the aircraft fuselage with alligators all around them.
Wow.
Until they got rescued by helicopter.
Oh man, not fun.
That certainly cure the constipation.
It would.
No, they were saying it was only. They think it was only because the aircraft were leaking fuel and kept the alligators or crocodiles away from them long enough. Are we landing here?
I hope not. Oh yes, actually we are.
Oh,
Oops.
Uh-oh.
So break and land here. I got involved listening to other people. Sorry about that. Yep, this is our midpoint destination. So get her down however you think is best.
crash.
That's just the fastest.
Wheel ease down.
Straight from the runway.
Oh hell, there it is.
Emergency landing in effect. I've lost sight of the damn airport.
Oh bollocks. Oh. Oh mother.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, Stuart was right about the buttons.
Told you.
I hate it when
Oops.
he's right all the time.
Well, get used to it. He's not usually wrong.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
Now rolling.
Right behind you.
That's what I get for talking about Trump. Whoa. There's a big park up area over here, guys. Find me.
Smoke off, please.
It is off now, sir.
Thank you.
There we go. Parked.
Sorry about that, you guys. Anyway, give it about 10 minutes and we'll head for our final destination, which is Duxford in UK.
Saw that movie. Didn't end well.
The movie?
Yeah, Final Destination. They all died.
Oh, that. That would be the final destination, eh?
Oh boy.
Are you ready for this?
I am the beat conductor, skipping every structure. I get lost within the sound, keep you dancing round and round. I can be the dance machine. Don't you say it's cappuccino? Just do this and take my hand. Catch my eye to understand. See me walking in the sun. It has not yet begun. When it's getting dark outside, I'm preparing for the night. Working hard to get ahead, but the night makes me forget. See me drink colored light, floating through the foggy light. I'm alone at the track. There's no time for turning back. I am the beat conductor, skipping every structure. I am the beat conductor, skipping every structure. I am the beat conductor, skipping every structure.
That motorway is a bit close to the runway.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's realistically placed, but there you go.
Oh, it's a taxiway, isn't it, in the runway?
Weather's the same, core high pressure. Time is be 1 o'clock in the afternoon at this time. We're going to be climbing at a rate of 1,200 feet per minute to 12,000 feet. Destination is EGSU Echo Golf Sierra Uniform. Target speed's 240 knots. If you can't maintain that in the climb, let me know. We'll slow it down a little bit.
What was the altitude again?
Altitude gonna go. We're climbing to 12,000 feet, sir. Who's not ready to go? Watch me for the roll. Turning on destination to EGSU, make 320 degrees. GPS FMS. Climbing at 1,200 feet per minute.
It's weird, during the break I played a video and I got sound on my external speakers. But yeah, I'm not getting any noise at all out of the game.
You've got your sound card set wrong in flight gear, then you've got the wrong sound device.
Well, it's only coming up with one option, open, age, AL or something. There ain't any other choices.
I have attained 240 knots and climbing through 4,600 feet on my way to 12,000. from N66, November 66 position. Forgot how attractive that Spitfire VV is. 5B, nice. Very nice. She's very nice. Man, this scenery looks good. Wow.
I've just got the default scenery. My ortho's no longer functioning.
That's weird.
You're flying back over the route we've already covered once, so it should have gathered him.
Did you install the orthos, Stu, or
Yeah,
not?
it did.
Holy shit! So why is it not finding? That's
It was there initially. Then just before the first time the system crashed, it stopped.
Roger, Alex, P38. Level it at 12,000 feet.
Yay.
Well, we'll get to start shopping for a new refrigerator on Monday. My other one bit the bug last night, man.
Well, you'll have to buy a quality American-made item because the rest of them you can't be able to afford anymore.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it'll cost you $10,000.
I think I'm gonna try to fix this one first. The evaporator motor or whatever went locked up, stinks, went bad. I heard it make a noise, but I didn't think it was going to go stupid on me, but it did.
Oh, there's the Ortho's coming back into view now.
Wow, that's weird. Yeah, crossing the coast here into from France into the UK is pretty cool. I think we go close enough to the cliffs of Dover you can see them.
They're quite large.
You have to look out for them bluebirds, though.
The what?
Bluebirds over the White Cliffs of Dover.
Oh, okay.
Need to brush up your wartime songs we do.
I know.
So is there a list of all the different gauges in Flight Gear UK, or do you have to sort of like...
You have to hunt through them. There is no list.
Yeah, I just having a view from Voodoo's cockpit, and some of the Mozzie ones could be the same speedo for the JP.
Jet Provost was the conversion of the Provost trainer, which was a prop job.
Yeah, well the model I've got is a T5, so it's a bit... they did develop it a little bit. The Mark 2 and 3 were based on the piston version. Looked very weird where they had long legs on it. Shape of these fields don't half look random, don't they?
What's that?
The shape of the fields.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
Suppose when we get to England, you'll be flying over where they've pulled all the edges out and made big, massive fields.
Yeah, I get told to put the hedges back in.
You know, if you look at most of the fields in America here, all the edges of the fields are parallel to their neighbors. I mean, it's like little squares that are neatly arranged little squares instead of like it is. Maybe it's because the property lines didn't follow such neat rules, I guess.
You're playing with a lot bigger areas, aren't you, than in Europe?
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I just dropped my landing gear.
Oops.
Better go back and pick it up.
Yeah.
There you go with your buttons again, mate.
Yeah.
Did you see that Warbird workshop actor on Monday or Wednesday, whenever it was? Monday,
Yes.
wasn't it?
Was that the one with the DC-3?
No, it's the. It's quite a sad one because the guy. It's about Sizewell Air Show last year, and the guy who organising it, he's Richard Grace. He died.
No, I missed that one. But I'll watch. I can do a catch-up show.
Yeah, well, he was involved with the Flying Legends 23, and they had it at Church Fenton, which was a really good show apart from the weather. It was the most horrendous weather. But the year after, in 24, he sort of organised the same show down at his airfield, Sizewell, but he was on his last legs, you know, dying of some kind of cancer. So a lot of people, you know, were pulling the stops out for him. But he's from a bit of a tragic family. His father bought a Spitfire and rebuilt it, and he got killed in a car crash. His mother took over flying the Spitfire because it was a two-seater, and she flew it for years and years. Then she retired from flying and went to live in Australia, and she died in a car crash. And her son, he was in the same accident, but he survived. But then he died of cancer.
Jesus.
But
Catch that one.
yeah, it's quite good because he's done quite a things on the podcast I listen to, and
I liked the one they were. I think it was a biplane. Or in fact, it was an American spotter plane, and they were reskinning it, the wings. And the guy says, "We're learning as we go." Never done. It's amazing watching these fellas stretching the material over it and sewing her up. Terrific.
yeah, well, his company Air Leasing, they run 2-seat Spitfires, Mustangs, couple of Oceans, P50 Thunderbolt, and I think he rebuilt the Tempest, what's flying now.
I caught a bit of that. I remember watching it or something.
Yeah, there's some guys over from Finland or Sweden with a Fokker triplane.
Oh, nice.
A replica.
Little Fokkers.
Well, this guy, he flies at air shows all around Europe, and the replicas, but there's not many actually fly. So you only need to go in a World War I plane once, and that's enough.
I can't remember, well, it was way back in the 80s, can't remember where it was, but I saw a replica SE5A, and they're tiny. Unreal. Have you ever read a book called Sagittarius Rising?
No.
He started off on FE2Bs, and on to SA5A. His surname was Lewis, and that's something else. Some book.
That reminds me of Voodoo, you flying past in your Mozzie. There was a programme on Thursday night, of sort of potted history of the VE day, and they had Colin Bell talking, and he was a Mozzie pilot. He says they were just coming back from Berlin and both engines stopped.
What? How could that happen?
Yeah, so he says, what, the co-pilot says, what we got to do now? He says, Yeah, no idea. I don't know what words he used, but no idea. Then eventually the engines restarted.
Ah, how can they both quit? That sounds like pilot error or something.
Fuel
fuel
starvation,
problem,
fuel
yeah.
blockage, or maybe got a bit too warm.
But he used to let his co-pilot fly it back when they'd done the bombing mission or whatever they were doing. He said he used to go to sleep and let him take the aircraft back up.
They mostly didn't have dual controls.
So, probably doing it over his leaning over or something.
Just as well the engine started, it would have been a hell of a walk home.
It would be a bit interesting.
Well, he did well to survive. I think he's still living. It's about 102, 101.
I read a book, set in the 30s in America, and they went through a period of water contamination in the fuel. And then they realised it was condensation forming up, and say a drum that's 3/4 full.
Yeah.
Water forming, planes are dropping out of the sky.
Fuel draws moisture.
Well, the actual fuel if it's in underground storage, it fills up with water anyway. So when you fill an aircraft up, you have to run it off and take a sample and make sure it's... And you have to fill it up at night, don't leave it empty.
Yeah.
And that's what getting quit again.
Well, the water was actually forming in oil drums. Or
Yeah, well,
fuel
that's
drums.
with the fuel tank, like our gliding
Yeah.
club. They had an underground fuel tank, and you can't keep the water out. You know, and it's there floated, whichever way around it is. Does the fuel float on top of the water or the other way around?
Here's the coast. You gonna try again, Stu? You gonna try again, Stu, or are you giving up?
I'm going to give up this time. Is that 4 times now?
Yeah, that's enough.
Okay, who's wanting next week's flight?
I am unable to attend or plan next week's flight. It's my girlfriend's birthday, and I'm screwed all day.
Arse. I can't plan a flight because I can't guarantee I'm going to be here. Alex wants to hear them.
Well, we'll work out something on the forum.
Right.
Can we do biplanes? Stuart loves biplanes.
Shove the biplanes up your arm.
I'll shut up now, Stuart, okay?
Okay.
Good idea.
Yeah, I need my front teeth, mate.
Well, interesting stuff to see on the ground here, just crossing the coast. Cool.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of rubber dinghies going across.
Think so? I don't see any.
No, but it's a big issue in this country.
How far is it here at this point? Like 30 miles? Maybe not?
Yeah, it's about 30 miles.
They swim across it, they do the cross-channel swim, but it's longer because they have to do extra miles because they get drifted with the tide and stuff, and wind. Dodge all the big ships in the middle.
Channel's treacherous in bad weather.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like to cross it in a dinghy or a small boat.
Well, they're not dinghies, they're big inflatables, but they overload them and they run out of juice and people drowned and stuff.
Could we get torpedo practice for the Navy?
best one I saw. There's a series about the lifeboats in the UK. They have all real videos of rescues they do. They came across this bloody guy in like a kid's rubber dinghy, and he was trying to paddle across the channel the other way. And when it turns out, I think he murdered his wife or someone and was trying to escape the country. They were sat in this little glorified kids, like a glorified paddling pool with two. I don't even think he had any paddles even. He thought he could just drift across.
That's odd.
Yeah, I think when they got back to shore, I think the police were waiting to arrest him.
Ah, shit.
Oops.
Game crash.
Oh no.
Yeah, you're not the only ones to it. Okay.
It's like we've got an F-15 joining us.
How
Yeah.
charming. There's a P-38 trying to catch us up as well.
Yeah, it's probably me because the speed's up and down all over the place.
No, it's somebody else with a different call sign. It's not our P-38, it's somebody else's.
I think we need to start descending.
Stand by. Yeah, you guys can descend to 3,000 feet. Why are you guys all going different directions?
Try to get lined up with the runway.
Oh, we're pancaking in this one.
Are you going to the same place I'm going? Echo Golf Sierra uniform?
Yes.
I'm still on 318 degrees.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think I'm trying to line up with Marston.
I say you're trying to. I think you're trying to line up with Manston.
Yeah, they've spotted that.
Yeah, that's Manston.
No, I just saw you on the ground there, Voodoo. I thought that was the final destination.
No. Can you spot me?
Yeah.
What altitude are you guys at now?
7.5.
6
I'm
and
at
descending.
9,400 feet.
I'm gonna level at 3,000. Try to find me.
You want me to pop smoke, Voodoo? Because you're right behind me, roughly.
I have got smoke running.
Yeah, I think I have. Hang on.
Yeah, I'm way ahead of you, Voodoo.
I'll
Yep,
catch
there you
up.
go.
I'll catch up.
Green slime.
I'm dropping 1,200 feet a minute. 317. Headed for 3,000.
Roger that. Right behind you.
Oh, bollocks.
What happened?
Oh, just me being me.
He died.
Did you drop your undercarriage again?
Now, you ever tried turning smoke off, drinking a cup of tea and flying this P-51? I can't multitask.
Right below you, November 66.
Yeah, I'm looking for you, but I don't see you just yet.
I think you're a bit higher than us.
Oh yeah, I'm just dropping down to 4,200.
Roger that.
When I look down, I don't see you just yet, though. So you must be somewhere there. I see Ollie.
I'm just behind Voodoo.
I see both of you.
Roger that.
That would have been a heck of a video. Drop right in behind both of you.
Sweet!
Acrobat on.
He disappeared then, Voodoo.
Get the EGSU. We're gonna just go low. We'll turn right, runway, double back, and land.
Yeah, so the fields in England, they're all random but shapes and stuff, but they do look more realistic.
God, I'm getting lags like maniac.
Trying to slow down and get away from everybody. I think that's what's doing it.
Nah, I don't think that's it. I don't know what it is. Maybe 'cause something's going on with the server, the multiplayer server tonight. It's kind of unusual for a couple of us to have that many crashes. Boomity, boomity, boom. Another
Is
thing
it
that's...
because you two using nightly?
Say again?
Is it because you and Stuart are using nightly bills and the rest of us are using standard?
I'm using an
Issue.
issue bill from November.
Yeah, mine's from some considerable time ago, but I don't know. Why would it not? If that's the case, why would it not happen every week? It has something to do with where we are, or the aircraft that we're flying, or other things unknown. I am looking at the lag on the pilot list, and Ollie is minus 664 milliseconds, and November 66 is plus 14 seconds. That's the difference in the lag between us. I don't know if that has anything to do with it. That's unusual. It's not usually that pronounced. Minutes 46 seconds out. Yeah, the field shapes are completely different here in the UK. They're all like don't have any square or parallel edges to most of them. They're just like random shapes. That's crazy.
Yeah, and you can see all the different crops and the different tractor lines and stuff.
It's cool. You can say it wasn't an accurate representation, except for the fact that it's a freaking picture. Help if I turn off my scenery down low too. Seconds. You guys got eyeballs on me?
Roger.
Here's our airport. I'm going to brake right and go down, then just flip over and come back and land on, see if I can read the runway number here and go fast. It's like runway 24. Turning back.
There's a dirt strip here for you, Actor, if you want to use it.
Yeah, I'm fine landing on the runway. It's taking off in the P-51 I've got to bother with.
Not
Anyway, I
bad.
haven't pranged in a long time.
Give it 5 minutes.
Whoops.
See?
Oh, too fast, too fast. Oh well. Boink. Boink. Boink.
Get to the end of the runway, there's a taxiway around to the north. We'll park up. There's a big park up place up there.
For some reason, my landing gear's down, but I went through the runway, and now I've crashed.
That's crazy. You could have predicted that. You gonna respawn or are you done?
I might as well sit here and burn for a while.
You made it halfway to hell. What the hell?
Just get it good on the video, that's all.
So what did you think of Old Glory, Voodoo?
Looks pretty cool. I flew it for quite a bit last week, gathering scenery and stuff.
A lot of duct tape holding that one together.
Well, like I said, I'm unable to attend next week, so I know Stuart's out and Alex is out as well. So I'll put something up on the forum and we'll see if we can come to an agreement of what we want to do. Usually in these cases, we just like meet at a common airport and everybody just brings something and figure it out when you get there. If nothing else, you can just spend some time sharing time and practicing stuff.
We'll see. I'll be here, but I can't say that I'll be sitting flying permanently, so get interrupted and stuff to you.
Roger that.
I'll see what happens.
Cool. Thank you. Say goodnight, you guys. I'm going to kill the YouTube video.
Good night,
Yeah,
YouTube
great
video.
flight again.
YouTube.